Hey folks, it's Eric from MSP Mountain and Support Adventure, and in this video I'm going to talk about dispatch and can a teenager work dispatch and what is this role that we call dispatch and why is it so important? I'll start by saying that today the sun is very bright on my face, it's coming in the window, and so I've had to tilt the camera this way actually, so you actually get to see how messy the shelves behind me are, and I think this is a good insight for how people like me, how IT techs and IT people tend to live. It's like we are fairly disorganized people who, I don't know, there's all just random beer glasses, there's mic stand, a tripod, everything's just randomly laid out here. And why is this? Because I'm a big picture person and I don't really have time to sort of organize these shelves. And what that means is that it's chaos actually, and I am quite a smart guy, but somehow this is a blind spot in my life to organize things properly. I can do it if I force myself to, but naturally I would just leave anything anywhere, and this is how IT techs are. And basically I got an email today actually, or yesterday, and basically it said it was kind of complaining about their previous success with the dispatch role. They said it's such an easy position, and that basically a 14-year-old could do that position. And basically, they're looking for a new dispatcher from us. And I had to go in and say, it's not an easy position, dispatch, because you have to deal with techs who essentially live like this, who live in a mess, and they make a mess of documentation, they make a mess of tickets, they make a mess of leaving stuff unfinished, leaving stuff open. And what dispatch is essentially there to do is coordinate the entire service desk and all the techs on it and all the tickets they have assigned to them and all the tickets that are coming in and all of the sort of stuff that needs to be done to keep that system running. Because if you run an MSP, then you can get to like 4 or 5 techs basically, and you can get to 4 or 5 texts and it doesn't matter because everyone's so smart and they can do anything with a mess. They can find what they're looking for, and basically they can actually just make it through. But once you want to scale past 5 texts, then it gets more difficult. Imagine if I, rather than 3 shelves here, I had 50 shelves and I wanted to scale, and it was just all this random sort of stuff, like scaled like 50 times. How would I ever find anything when I'm trying to make music? How would I ever find anything when I'm trying to, I've got salt, I've got little, a little Buddha statue and elephants that I got, you know, somewhere, somehow, a book, How to Be a Great Boss, all this sort of stuff. It's an absolute mess. I need someone to dispatch my life. Luckily, where I need to be organized, where I'm forced to be organized with the business support adventure, I excel at that. And luckily, I have some detail-oriented people who work for support adventure who keep me in line with all the sales leads, with all the invoices and you know outstanding stuff. And basically, I'm kept in line by the detail-oriented people. That's why you need dispatch. And there's a tendency in the business, us super technical, super intelligent people who make messes like this, we tend to be condescending to the less technical people. We tend to look down on people who aren't as smart as us and aren't as able to solve technical issues as we are. And this is where I think the attitude that dispatch is an easy job comes from. Oh, you're just assigning tickets. Well, no, you're not just assigning tickets. You're taking ownership of getting tickets done for the clients. That's what it should be. So if you think dispatch is something that can be done by an entry-level employee, like a student or a teenager or just anybody you can get off the street, I would say that that will not be a very successful dispatch role, because you need someone who's a go-getter. We previously had someone who was in events management, had to coordinate, various like sound, lights, catering, all that stuff to be all there at the right time in an event. That person did really well in dispatch, and now he actually became entry-level tech. So you want people who are curious about the technical side of the industry, but not necessarily people who have technical experience, because it's a great entry-level position in the MSP industry to be a dispatcher. and you can get people without experience in the MSP industry. And if you give them the right procedures and rules, then it's very good. It's very good as an entry level position. If you don't, and you're just hoping that they're going to know the right thing, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So what we like to see with dispatch is an ecosystem of accountability where the dispatchers are accountable for the inflow of tickets in the service board, assigning those to technicians, and making sure that all tickets assigned to technicians have next steps defined, or waiting for, or that there's something happening with the ticket. It's not just sitting there and rotting and basically on someone's queue when they've forgotten about it. So that's dispatch. That's how the dispatch holds the techs accountable. Can also hold them accountable for keeping good ticket notes, for example. That's very important, because how is dispatch supposed to know if there is a plan for the ticket if the ticket notes are not good? Basically, all of that. So every sort of systematic thing that you want the techs to be held accountable for, when normally they leave a mess like this, if you just leave them to their own devices. But if you know force them, coach them, nag them into keeping good ticket notes and doing this stuff, with someone like a dispatcher doing that dirty job of having to nag the techs, then standards will get better, and you'll have a well organized MSP, better documentation, and stuff that can actually, like a whole system of work that could actually grow and scale when you get those new clients and add them to the board. So then you need management to hold dispatch accountable to assigning the tickets within a reasonable amount of time, to looking at the board every day. You should make, for dispatch, there should be a checklist of stuff to do every day, stuff to do every week, and stuff to do every month, and then maybe quarterly, annually, whatever. And they should be held accountable to that by the management, because dispatch is a supervisor position, it's not management. And you want to give dispatch a set of routine tasks that they can do routinely that will keep the MSP running, keep the tickets flowing, keep the number of tickets on the board down, and all that stuff. And then dispatch can escalate to management the stuff that does not fit that system. So to sum it up, is this something that a 14-year-old should do? No, absolutely not, unless they're really switched on, and they're really into having a system that's well defined and every action sort of well directed. And respect your dispatcher, folks. You need to train your techs to respect dispatch, and you need to train dispatch to respect the techs, basically. And they need to understand why they're assigning which tickets to which tech and all that sort of stuff. And then if you have that respect, and you have management jumping in to alter the system and make a better system for dispatch to run and the techs to comply to whenever there's some noise from either side that it's not working, then you can have a constantly more refined way the tickets on the board are being held. Otherwise, if you don't have a good dispatcher, someone taking responsibility to methodically and systematically running the service desk, your MSP might just look like this mess that's on my shelves. So thanks a lot, guys. Eric from Support Adventure. I am the sort of messy tech, the guy who thinks he's smarter than everybody, but can't do basic things like organize his own apartment consistently. So I need help from other people to work consistently. If you're watching this and you want to be a dispatcher for Support Adventure, you can apply on our website. This has been MSP Mountain YouTube channel. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye now.